Told y'all that we the biggest, bro. I told y'all that we the biggest, by the way, and I wasn't kidding. I wasn't capping. I don't do no capping. I swear for Lord. Welcome to our Wednesday Hump Day marathon special. The day before the genocide of the Aboriginal Americans was celebrated. Y'all know it is Thanksgiving, but I like to call it Genocide Day, National Genocide Day of my people, red people, but any type of brown people. They call us colored people, but it's any type of people, really. And it's the genocide of that. So I appreciate those of y'all that's gonna be watching this back. Let me go ahead and look at it. Yeah, I appreciate those of y'all that's gonna be watching. Let me turn the volume down. Ooh wee. Oh, peace, you not playing. What's going on, King? I don't play no games, bro. That's one thing I do not do in this life. I don't play. Especially when it's something, that I care about. But anyways, I might do a whole live on that too. Your words mean so much. You know what I'm saying? What you say means so much. So if you say something, it carries so much power, especially if you speak about what you're going to do. You should do that. For those of y'all that's going to be watching this back, you should do that because your body doesn't know the difference. And I'm really talking about the subconscious. But, we want to train that subconscious so we're always ready to stand on the word. Because, they say that a man only got his word. That's all I got in this life. My nuts in my word. You know what I'm saying? I digress. I'm gonna give it, about another 30, 45 seconds before I get all the way into the topics. But just to give y'all a brief summary of what I'm gonna be talking about from my boy that's on here, and for those of y'all that's gonna be watching this back, we talking about Chicken Pete. You from Milwaukee, bro? I ain't know that. Yeah, it's a lot of gangster shit going on in Milwaukee, but it's also some rapist niggas in Milwaukee, and then we're gonna be talking about that too. We're gonna be talking about what Chicken P is being accused of. It's pretty degenerate. And then we also gonna be talking about this Latin. I don't know if she's Mexican, but she's Latin. This Latin singer, Maria de la Rosa. She was murdered in Los Angeles on my birthday. Oh, it's not a good time. Not a good time. Not a good time. Chicken P was arrested in my state, in Ohio, for an accusation that happened to him in Cleveland. And then Maria de la Rosa was murdered in her vehicle next to her two friends in Los Angeles, California. However, one story at a time. Welcome in, everybody. We are the biggest, by the way. We're bigger than everybody. Everybody that you can think of, we're bigger than. So I appreciate y'all being here. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, because again, we are the biggest and we want to get this out to as many people as possible. Anyways, I digress. Outside of that, what we talking about today on this Hump Day Wednesday special, we talking about a few different things that are important to me. One of those things that came across my desk was, I don't know this. I don't know them. I don't know. I don't listen to these people. I don't idolize these people. I don't listen to these people. But hey, they exist and they're popular. One of the people that came across my desk was a rapper that goes by the name of Chicken Pete. Chicken Pete, right? That's his name. Chicken Pete. I can't make it up. Chicken Pete. Chicken Pete. Now, why is his name Chicken Pete? You would have to ask Chicken Pete that. I don't know. But let me tell you what Chicken Pete has been accused of, and kind of the things that makes me sensitive about this topic, bro, is because he got arrested in Ohio, bro. This happened in my state, bro. With Solar Man for president, stuff like this just wouldn't go down, it would go down, bro. But I'm saying, like, it was kind of like messed up when I heard that dude got arrested in Cleveland. I mean, he got arrested from where he from, Milwaukee. That's where the charges come from. No, they don't. He was already arrested. He was somewhere else, facing some gun charges. He was facing some gun charges. And then when he got time served for that, so he was about to get out. Y'all know what time served mean? Time served, man. He was about to get out. You know what I mean? He was being a good little boy in prison. You know what I'm saying? In jail, wherever the fuck he was at, and he was about to get out. They was about to do him a favor. They was about to give him time served. But he kind of like that shit is kind of like over with if he gets convicted of what just happened next. Welcome in, everybody. We are the biggest, by the way. Again, we bigger than everybody. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, so we can get this to as many people as possible. We talking about Chicken P right now. Chicken P got arrested in my state. I feel like it was under my watch. He got arrested in Cleveland, or the charges come from in Cleveland. The charges, so this is what's being alleged, guys. What's being alleged is that Chicken P had unapproved sexual contact. They're not disclosing if she was a minor or not, but the way that they state the charges is that Chicken P got arrested or is being alleged that the person who he first is being accused of rape because he raped her, but also he started touching her and shit when she was not able to consent. So that would suggest that either she was mentally incapacitated, meaning she was, clinically retarded, or, and this is the more likely, or she was not of age to be able to consent to having sexual contact with an adult. So regardless if it's, you know what I'm saying, if it was consensual or not, she wasn't old enough to get with the shit. You know what I'm saying? You have the gun. Yeah, man, I got the gun. The gun is in my mind. I got all types of guns. You know what I mean? I got all types of guns. But right now, we're not talking about me. We're talking about Chicken P. Don't you want to know about Chicken P and what he did? He's being accused of touching a little girl. Now, the reason also I wanted to do this story is because I wanted to draw the comparison as to the people that we idolize and the people that we give platforms to. Now, don't get me wrong. I love some trap shit. I love trap music. I love the sound. I love the synthesis, the way that they tune their instruments, their drum patterns. I love the 808s. I love that it vibrates in your lowest chakra. I love that it puts me in a warlike mindset. I love that it puts me in a get money type mindset. I love this type of music. I love it. I've never listened to Chicken P, though, I ain't gonna lie to you. But you feel me? I'm just saying, in the trap genre, by and large, we like what's coming out of that. But you also kind of gotta do your research, or, you know what I'm saying, you kind of gotta just look in between the lines a little bit as to who are these people that's making the music. What up with it, dog? Who are these people that's making the music? Because what I found is that the people that we give platforms to, particularly, it's all of these entertainers and these celebrities, but I'm just drawing a comparison to this archetype right here. So what I'm saying about this type of music is that this music glorifies what's called degeneracy. And degeneracy is like the lowest form, or like the lowest like some shit, some slime ball shit, like low morals, no standards, do for thyself, only care about thyself, street niggas. You know what I'm saying? This is they type of music, and you know, there's varying levels of street niggas and the type of music that they listen to. There's different categories of that when it comes to trap lore. But, you know, just humor me real quick, y'all. I'm just talking about, generally speaking, this is the type of shit that they rock with. Not saying that they rock with raping little girls and shit like that. What I'm saying is they fuck with degenerate shit. Degeneracy being, again, low morals, low to no morals, no standards of living. No community that's not centered around your hustle. You know what I'm saying? No unity or sense of pride of a country, of a community. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck am I talking about? Oh, you square. You don't know what you're talking about. Okay, I'll tell you like this. See, this is the good thing about money. This is what I love about money, y'all. You know, I do well for myself. Y'all, you know what I mean? Y'all know me. I'm solar man. I'm out of here for real. You know what I'm saying? I do well for myself. What I've learned about money, though, and being around people with money, is that money only brings out the truest essence of who you are as a person. Money does not change you at all, not initially. What money does is it brings out the truest desires that you've always had. So when you have access to more capital, Yeah, I mean, when you have access to more capital, that's just going to your hobbies are going to become amplified. So for me, right, if I smoke weed and I smoke weed when I've been smoking weed since I was broke. I've been smoking weed since we had to put money together to go get a Swisher leaf, to go get a game. You know what I'm saying? Go get a game leaf, to go get, you feel me? If I wanted to smoke, I've been smoking since then. You know what I'm saying? I did what I had to do to smoke. What do you think I'm gonna do when I have money? I'm gonna smoke a whole lot. I'm going to invest in quarters. I'm going to invest in pounds. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to have so much weed available to me that is going to pour out of my lungs. What I'm saying is that what I want to do becomes amplified because now I have the capital to do it. How am I relating that to Chicken P? What I'm saying is that these niggas, they're not raised on a platform. They don't have a standard of living for themselves where they're able to check their lowest desires. Follow me, I'm cooking. You know what I'm saying? They don't have a standard of living where they're able to check their lowest desires. So what happens is their lowest desires become law as they get illuminated. As the light gets put on these people and the whole world gets to know who they are, what we see is their demons, and it's really just the lowest form of themselves. We see that manifest out in the public because they never controlled it. Because that's the very thing, they use that lowest chakra, which is the fight or flight, survival mode, sexual urges, the need for survival. You know what I'm saying? That's the lowest parts of themselves. They mastered that and used that to build a platform. So since they use that to build a platform, now that they have the platform, why would they change? You know what I'm saying? Why would I change now when I like getting some pussy before. Now that I'm getting money, what do you think I'm about to do? Oh my goodness, I'm about to extra do it now, and I got a name to me. I'm Chicken P. Fuck is you talking about? I'm about to get so much. I'm about to have so much fornication that is crazy. Oh, bro, 5 grams in the wood. Y'all crazy. That's a waste of weed to me. I never understood no shit like that. But nah, I feel you. Molly over money. Nah, that's you, cuz. You look like broke, bro. You don't even speak English right, dude. Why would I listen to somebody like you? But anyways, what I'm saying is that Chicken P, all he did, bro, was feed off of his lowest desires. Because that's the very thing that we amplified, that we illuminated and gave, well, not us, the motherfuckers that like profiting off of degeneracy and destruction. You know what I'm saying? But we kept listening to the shit because, it sounded catchy over a beat and motherfuckers know how to, you know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers know how to get you rocking. You know what I'm saying? So we listened to it and we gave it a platform. Why? Are we now just as complacent as Chicken P? What do you think? I would like to say that, listen, man, we just had a live not that long ago where in the live we talked about how there is no such thing as unorganized on a large scale. There's no such thing as unorganized chaos on a large scale. How I'm applying that to this is that everything is controlled chaos, meaning people like Chicken P, King Von, Dirt, all these gangster rappers, all these, I don't even know what Chicken P, I'm just categorizing him in that lane because of the vibe I get from dude. Again, I've never listened to a song that I know of. You know what I'm saying? But the vibe I get from dude from looking at him, this is the type of vibe he gives me. So these type of characters, they get platforms because they personify the lowest chakra and the lowest vibration of a particular community that is at the top of entertainment, but they are the lowest vibration of it because That's what they use. Negativity always sells. That's what I'm saying. Negativity always sells. So you got somebody like Chicken P, 4 accusations of rape and sexual misconduct. 2 of those are actually rape. Then 2 of them is, one is inappropriate sexual contact with someone who was not able to consent, and then another one is abduction. So when you are unable to control your lowest desires, you then become barbaric and savage with your desire. So if he did this, and I'm not condemning him. It might seem like this on the live, you know. But hey, man, I'm just reporting the facts as I see them. I'm not condemning them. What I'm saying though is I'm drawing examples and comparisons that when you don't have control over your lowest desires, you then become controlled by you become an animal. Animals do shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Animals do shit like that when they want something. And when you never had to check those lowest desires and do the work that it takes to become an ascended version of yourself, so this is what happens, y'all. When you start getting money, when you start being around celebrities and shit like that you find out that whatever age they got some money at, that's when they stop growing. Especially if like they never really like fell off, or they never had to do the work to come back up. You feel me? Whatever age that they got some money at, that's when they stop growing. So I'm not sure whenever Chicken P got lit. He 30 now, but he probably been lit since, I don't know how long Milwaukee been on the scene, you know. But he probably been lit for at least 6-7 years, if not longer. So whatever age that he first really got lit at, I guarantee you he stopped growing. Emotionally, mentally. Otherwise he had to grow to, you know, dealing just with like industry politics, dealing with groupie people, you know what I'm saying? But as far as his desires and shit like that whatever desires that he had at 21, 22, 23, 18, 19, as soon as he got some money, that shit never stopped. That's just how it goes. I'm telling you how it's I mean, I don't have near as much money as none of these. I'm not saying that I do, but I've had some opportunities. And all I'm saying is, even with my opportunities, I'm thinking like, boy, I could fly her out. I could do this. You know what I'm saying? I could have her come over for a month. You know what I'm saying? You just all these ideas just start going through your head when you don't have, when there's no discipline to them. Let me see. The people, yes, but me, no. Nah, for sure. Ain't Chicken P your homie? You don't even know what you're talking about. They pay you more for negativity music. Meek Mill stated that you fit the agenda, so they will reward you for that. Yeah, he been lit in the city, but now he signed. Yeah, that's how it go. Yeah, so he probably stopped growing a long time ago. He probably stopped growing at like 18, 17. You know what I'm saying? That's usually how it go. In the hood and shit. Me, for a long time, I had stopped growing like after 17. You know, 17, I kind of like peaked emotionally. You know what I'm saying? I got some money at 17. So I stopped. You know what I mean? That was the highlight. I got some money and I was like, okay. You know what I'm saying? So I know, and I'm assuming that these people are much more smarter than I. You know what I'm saying? So, but all I'm saying is that whenever you touch a bag, 9 times out of 10, if you haven't done the internal work that it takes to be a man or a woman from a woman, you're going to be a little boy. And you're going to be a little boy who's controlled by his lowest desires. And a little boy who's controlled by his lowest desires is a dangerous being to society. A man with unchecked emotions or unchecked no self-control, whoo! That's dangerous right there, bro. So, to surmise this Chicken P stuff, I think, I don't think anything, guys. I know that we give platforms to degenerates because what it does is, this is what it does, y'all. Not only, like I told y'all, it's the beast that's feeding this, you know what I'm saying? And the beast being those Ashkenazi Jews that benefit off of the degeneracy and destruction of my people. You know what I'm saying? It's them that's doing it, but then it's also us. We supply and we support this because it makes us feel good, man, to hear somebody that's talking about our lowest desires, to hear somebody that's talking about the shit that we want to say. You know what I'm saying? The shit that we think about in the back of our minds. It feels good. Excuse me. It feels good to see somebody talking like that. It feels good. It makes us feel good. Inside, internally. It's all warm. You know what I'm saying? We want to, because we want to talk about that. We want to talk about what we'll do to our ops. We want to talk about hitting a lick for 10,000, spending 40,000 on a watch, getting the back end for 15,000, buying a crib for 200,000, got a $150,000 car. You know what I'm saying? We want to do that. So it's so cool when we get somebody who's doing that. And whose music has no principles or it leads you to no fountain of prosperity. It only leads you to death. These are the people that we give platforms. Again, and it's not just the Ashkenazi Jews' fault. It's our fault. Because we want to hear that shit. We want to hear it. We want to hear that. We think it's cool. We think it's cool. It is cool. That shit, you know what I mean? It's a banger. It's a banger. They be dropping bangers. Y'all know they do. They be dropping bangers. And we be like, yeah, I want to hear that. You know what I'm saying? But that's what's going on with that. Again, we are complacent to the destruction of hip hop. We are complacent because we've allowed, at least with our attention, and again, these people, the beast is gonna push who they want to push regardless. The beast is gonna push who they want to push regardless. But with our attention, we give over our say so for this shit to keep going on. There would be no chicken peas if we said, hey, wait a minute, guys. Hey, MTV, Masonic Television. Did y'all hear what I just said? Hey, MTV, Masonic Television. I don't want to hear that bull. Stop putting on debauchery on TV. Hey, BET, barely black entertainment. I don't want to see that shit no more. Take it off. If we did that, they would have to comply. But since the bar has been so lowered over years, and again, I'm blaming the 80s. I'm going to go back before then. Fuck it. We might as well go back to Little Richard and the start of rock and roll. You know what I'm saying? If you're really going to do something. But then, you fuck it before that. You might as well go to James Brown. You know what I'm saying? And, before that. You know what I'm saying? Like, where does it really start? Because since time immemorial, we have seen that money only amplifies exactly who you are. It does not really change anything unless you do the internal work. Really, what money does is that when you get some money, it becomes harder to do the internal work. So really, the best times in your life, that's why people with money will tell you this all the time. More money, more problems. And yeah, I know. Y'all be like, damn, let me get the problems and I'll figure out if they problems for me first. I feel you. But it's really like that. More money, more problems. And money only amplifies who you are. You really want to do the work when you don't have nothing, you don't have nobody watching you. That's when you want to do the work. Because then that's when it's actually going to stick with you when you do get something. It'll be more easy to stick. It'll be easier for you to die to that ego. To learn how to self-control. To learn how to budget. To learn how to prioritize. To learn financial literacy. To learn the value of $1. Let's read some comments. There will be no chicken peas if the people value ascension over what? Ascension over themselves. There will be no chicken peas if people valued ascension, period. You know, there would always be chicken peas because we live in a capitalistic society. You know, so there's gonna be chicken peas. There's gonna be King Vons because there's capitalism, meaning that you can get all the way up, but if there's somebody that's all the way up, that means that they use people that were all the way down. So in a capitalistic society, there's always gonna be chicken peas, but with our attention, we feed the beast because there's just gonna be another chicken pea when they replace them. You know what I'm saying? For the people in the back of the classroom chewing gum and not paying attention. Yeah, I'm glad that y'all being here. I appreciate y'all being here, by the way. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe. We are the biggest, by the way. We're bigger than everybody that you can think of. You know what I'm saying? And I don't just say that. I mean that. You know what I'm saying? And this is a Wednesday night marathon special that preludes the Turkey Day that's tomorrow. Thanksgiving tomorrow, you know, the day of Aboriginal genocide here in the North American continent. You know, that's what we celebrate. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, well, fuck all that. You know what I'm saying? This is my Wednesday hump day special marathon, and I appreciate y'all being here. We're talking about Chicken Pete and his 4 counts of rape. And then we're talking about Maria de la Rosa, who was murdered in Los Angeles, California at 1:52 a.m. November 22nd. Why do I know the details? That's my birthday, man. What a life. So, we already talked about Chicken Pete and how we got to a point of having Chicken Pete and kind of why Chicken Pete did what he did. He did what he did because he has no self-control. If he did it, because he has no self-control. He has not conquered or learned to transcend his lowest desires. He has not. And he's not the only man, woman that's doing this. He's not. You know, for as much as what he's being accused of is wrong, he's not the only one. These people get put on magnifying glasses so we can see everything that they're doing. But what they're doing is happening in your neighborhood. What they're doing is happening right up under our noses. It's very easy to condemn somebody without and act like you don't know where this type of behavior came from. All you got to do is look in your own life. All you got to do is look at your family. I'm pretty sure we got these type of people all over the place, or we've seen examples of these type of people. This I guarantee. He could not control his lowest desires. If he did what he did, that's why that's why he's in the position that he's in. If he did it. Okay, cool. Now we're talking about, oh yeah, all you gotta do is open your eyes. Once you open your eyes, you really see that everything that you have a problem with or that you like is right in front of you. The whole world is right in front of you. And that's a bar. Now, let's go ahead and move to LA. We're talking about Maria de la Rosa. Maria de la Rosa, she was murdered in a parking lot by 3 Mexican. I don't know if they Mexican, y'all. But 3 Latino dudes, 3 of them. They shot in her car, and it was 3 on 3. So let me just tell y'all what I think about this shit. It sounds like a setup to me. Let me just tell y'all the play, and y'all let me know if this sounds like a setup to y'all. It was 3 dudes that shot at their car, tried to rob her. She the lit one out of the friends. They tried to rob her. I guess she ain't go for it. She ended up losing her life. So, okay, that's what happened. You know what I'm saying? But also, again, she was with 2 friends. So it was 3 girls, 3 dudes that tried to rob them. Sounds like a peculiar number, right? So, 3. You might be like, damn, she the only one that died. I mean, the other ones, they must have been pretty shot up and banged up, right? No, they were uninjured. They were unharmed. No, none happened to them. That's a setup. That's a setup if I ever heard one. She got robbed, and she the only one that died. It was a robbery. It was a setup, backdoor gone wrong. That's what the fuck happened to her. Her friends, her big head ass friends that she was with, that she thought was her friends, set her up. Or one of they baby daddies or something, they boyfriends or something followed them. You know what I'm saying? Cause they knew that she was that she was gonna be hanging out with Maria the Lick. Cause you know the Lick is always the person who's having some motion, who got the most money, you know what I mean, who got the clout. That's the Lick. That's what we identify as the Lick. So Maria being the Lick, she was with her two homegirls and one of they boyfriends, a baby, and then we, you know what I mean? They ain't said that, but this is Solar Man take. You know what I'm saying? Maria de la Rosa, Maria de la Rosa. You know what I'm saying? She was with her two friends, so it's three of them, and they got robbed by three dudes. Again, that just tells me that was one of their baby daddies, they little boyfriends or cousins. One of them, you know what I'm saying, and one of the females dropped they low, had they low on, and pulled up on them and tried her. And she lost her life. Trusting some shit. We can tie this back to money only brings out who you are as a person. She probably never had no real friends ever. I mean, you know, I look at her pictures and stuff, you know, she just kind of looked like an IG model, you know, to me. You know, God rest the dead, I ain't gonna talk about her, you know. But she looked, I never listened to her music. Let me listen to her music first and I'll have, you know, some more words outside of what happened to her to say. But all I can say right now is just on the outside looking in, and from what I know about people and what I know about fuck boys, is that sounds like a backdoor. You know how 607 Unc say, I'm from Backdoor City. I'm from, you know what I'm saying? I'm kind of like from, if he from Backdoor City, I'm from the basement city. You know what I'm saying? Cincinnati is slimy, bro. You feel me? Cincinnati, Ohio is slimy, bro. Dallas, Texas is slimy, bro. So, if I know a back door, and I think I know a back door, that's a back door. And she lost her life. They sloppy with it, see? They should have at least shot the other two. That would at least through the trail. You know what I'm saying? Everybody should have caught a legos. A legos is a leg shot. Pop, pop, pop. You know what I'm saying? Real quick. A hand shot, something. Something to make it believable that, you know, the Lick, the person with the most, isn't the only one that died because she was the only target. Intentionally. How'd they know where she was? Why were there three? And, you know, it'd be different if maybe they were a different ethnicity, kind of. You know, California is kind of like Mexico, but they were all Latino, and then they were Latinas. You know what I'm saying? Makes sense to me. And unfortunately, that young lady lost her life. Trusting some shit. So, what did we learn here today, class? One, we learned that your lowest desires are only going to be amplified as you gain material success. Because material success is not success of the spirit. You need a spiritual maturity in order to gain real success. Because your material success can always be stripped from you at any moment. You can be the biggest one day and not shit the next day. You can have 100,000 one day and not $9 in your account the next day. So what you should focus on is the internal wealth system that is in your character and your decision making and your ability of self-control, because that will take you farther in regardless of the roller coaster that is success and money and attention and fame and whatever the case may be. Regardless of what you're gonna face, you're gonna be straight because you have all those things that I just mentioned. You are a person who is worthy of the kingdom, of the throne. You have become worthy of the throne. You're asking an irrelevant question, bro. My ethnicity has no correlation to this topic. You know what I'm saying? And white and black aren't. I've never met a white person or a black person in my life. Catch my drift. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, class, this is what we learned today. We learned that Chicken P was being controlled by his lowest desires. If he did our word, that lady from Cleveland, Ohio, you know what I'm saying, and kidnapper, if he did those things, he was being controlled by his lowest desires because he never learned to self medicate, meaning watching these thoughts here, and he never took captive of those. You know what I'm saying? So we know that. And then on the other side of the country, in Los Angeles, California, November 22nd, 1:52 a.m., Maria de la Rosa was murdered in her vehicle with her two friends in the car by 3 Latino dudes. So it was 3 of them. And she lost her life. Sounds very, very suspicious, don't it? I don't know. Sounds suspicious to me. Sounds extremely suspicious to me. Self-discipline. You look like my art teacher. I'll assume you're black based on your hair type. I'll assume you're black based on your hair type. I'm watching my language, bro. Tell me what black is. What is black? Tell me what that is before I get off this live. What is black? Can you articulate what is black to me? Can you tell me what black is to me? I've never met a black person in my life. I just told you that. And then you think she knew her friends were perhaps jealous or at least envious of her? So this is the thing, bro, especially with females, bro. They be knowing that they friends be hating on them. Like, you know, with dudes, like, yeah, we be thinking our partners might be hating on us or this one thing, like, but it's kind of like a little bit more sneaky. You know what I'm saying? But with females, they be knowing. But like females, not women, females, you know what I want to say? The other word, you feel me? You know what I'm saying? But what they'll do is they'll be around each other just to compete with each other. They'll be around each other just to flex on each other. I'm not saying that was the situation. All I'm saying is there's one group of species, human species that do shit like that, is females. They'll hang around each other knowing damn well they don't like each other. You know, me personally, I can't do that. If I don't like you, dude, I can't be around you. Cuz I can't be around you, ma'am. I can't fake it. I'm a good actor, but I'm not a good pretender. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think she knew that she probably didn't know to what degree, but I believe if I were to talk to her, and I'll never be able to, shalom, but if I were to talk to her and I asked her, do you think some of your friends is like some haters? And she would be like, I know, yeah. Like she would say that. And then, you know, Latinos, they real like aware of shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like they'll call some shit out. You know what I'm saying? So I'm pretty sure she knew. So we talked about that too, and the nuances of that. You have to be aware of yourself in order to be aware of your circle. Somebody that was aware of themselves before they died was Malcolm Little. Y'all know him as Malcolm X. He was aware of himself when he came back from his pilgrimage to Mecca. Hey, I'm not a Muslim. You know, I do submit to the will of God, but I'm not a Muslim. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, he was aware of himself when he came back, guys. That's why he had to denounce the Nation of Islam. That's why he had to separate, and he tried to incorporate a movement that was like the Black Panther movement, which was only supposed to be just for the people, the liberation of people for all over the world. He had a realization of self. He had an enlightenment originally. That's what got him to this point. But then he had an actual realization of self. He did his own work because at first he only followed the teachings of who they called the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, my uncle. But you know what I'm saying? But he only got so far because of listening to him. And then he actually did his own research, and he was like, wait a minute, hold on. You put me against this. You don't actually have any real ideas that you are actually gonna do. You just like talking. Hold on, these people just like talking. These people just like stealing. These people just like fucking on little girls. You know what I'm saying? He had a realization of self because he did his own internal work. And since he did his own internal work, He got murdered for it. Yeah. People whose ancestors come from Africa. I'm not. I think you. Have some sincerity in your heart. So I will just tell you this. That does not mean black. All of our ancestors come from Africa, my friend. And Africa is a colonial name. It was given to the continent by a Dutch. What's the colonizer? By a Dutch colonizer. Something Africanus. That's his name. Africanus. So Africa is not the name of the original name of the continent. The people of the land called Africa are Kabulin. So anyways, I understand your point, but people who originate from the motherland, we all originate from the motherland, regardless, even if you have more Neanderthal, even if you have some Neanderthal in your DNA, Neanderthals, humans, Homo sapiens, we all originate from the continent of Africa. So that's not what black is. What the point I'm making to you is that there's no such thing as black, and the texture of my hair only suggests maybe that I come from a place of melanation. So I see what you're saying, but there's no such thing as black, bro. There's no such thing as white, bro, is what I'm saying to you. And we all come from the continent of Africa. So I need you to be more specific. I'm an American, bro. I'm a real American. I have no ties anywhere else. Not Africa. I've never been. I'm from America, for sure. I'm an American. I'm not an African American. I'm not a black American. I'm an American, bro. For sure. Damn, did she play a part in her own demise secretly? So here's the thing. I am a big believer that when we die, we were good and damn ready to go. Meaning, there was some spiritual contract. It was already signed before we got here, but we finished the details of it as we are here on this plane. So I'm a firm believer that she and people like her, when you keep walking into a burning building, eventually it's gonna collapse. You only got so many times that you can keep walking in and out and grab your shit and come in and out of, and it's not gonna fuck with you. But eventually that house is going to collapse on top of you. These type of people, they know that they be walking around with serpents and vipers and monsters all day. They own actions and how they fuck over people, or excuse my language, how they think about stuff, how they interact with people. You feel me? They know what they be getting themselves into, bro. Rest in paradise to Maria de la Rosa. She lost her life being in the game. She was an artist. I never listened to her music. She was an artist though. She was popular. This got reported on TMZ. You know what I'm saying? Welcome in as well, everybody, by the way. I appreciate y'all being here. We are the biggest, by the way. We're bigger than everybody. Anybody that you can think of, we're bigger than them. I swear for the Lord. This is like my Hump Day Wednesday special. Marathon continued. This will be our third one today. And, we've had some good topics today. We talked about the digital ID system and how they're ramping up that. We talked about, what was the last one we just talked about? I don't know, bro. See? Losing my train of thought. We talked about a lot of stuff. And today we talked about Chicken P and his 4 counts of rape, sexual assault, and kidnapping charges that he has against him that he just caught in Cleveland when he was just about damn near get released for time served for a gun charge. Some gangster shit that he got hemmed up for. You know what I'm saying? So he was about to get released for that, but then them folks was like, no. We heard you did this. So he's getting tried for that. And then, unfortunately, a young Latina star lost her life, I believe, due to fucking with the wrong people. Yeah. Listen, don't just hear. Yeah, to what magnitude would be unclear. Solely, before you dismiss yourself, leave us with tips on how to do the internal work. Right on. So I can only tell you what works for me, dog. And the main thing I would say is just to do it. The main thing is you just gotta do it, and you can start small. And so how you do it is you train a muscle, right? So when you want anything, it's training a muscle. That's what people don't tell you. That's what they neglect to tell you. That's what they don't know how to tell you. So when you want anything, it's about training a muscle. If you want more discipline, you have to practice. If you want more, if you want to speak better, you have to practice. If you want to do the internal work, you have to practice being the version of yourself that you want to become, that you're doing the work for. Per example, I want to be more disciplined. How do I be more disciplined? Well, I have to stop making internal excuses. Meaning, when I wake up, we all wake up. Usually we have alarms, wake us up and stuff like that. If you wake up and your first alarm, you snooze it, you're already losing for the day. You're already losing for the day if you snooze it. The internal work is not comfortable. It's not always painful, but it's not comfortable. It requires sacrifice to the point of and to the extent of it requires sacrifice of your comfortability, if anything. So the internal work is the sacrifice of your comfortability. Once you understand that, that's the best formula I can give you. The internal work is the compromise, or is the sacrifice, of your comfortability. That's a bar. Then that's free. Do with that information as you will. So again, if you want to be more disciplined, it really, really starts in the bedroom, dog. And I'm not talking about with your old lady or your husband or whatever the situation you got going on. I'm talking about literally making up your bed. Make up your bed. If you want to have a cleaner, if you want to have less foggier thoughts as you get your day going and stuff like that, take some extra minutes to go ahead and make up your bed real quick before you get going. I guarantee it changes your day. So guys, it's the little things that we do. I'm on 4%. This shit probably going. It's the little things that we do that bring us to a point of maturity. Yo, there's some wind outside. I don't like the way that sounds. You know what I mean? Some FBG butters or something running around this motherfucker. You know what I mean? Hell no, I ain't like that sound. Anyways, it's the internal work that you do that determines your true success or not. Again, because money is fleeting, people are fleeting, but what you have to live with and what stays with you is yourself. And you can't lie to yourself forever. You have to face yourself one day. Either you do it in the grave or you do it while you're living. So I suggest you do it while you're living, because when you're dead, you don't have any chance or time to fix anything that you could have corrected. So that's what I got about that. I didn't mean that long ago. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean, bro. I'm very cognizant of what your point was. All I'm saying is that there's no such thing as black and white, that you've been lied to and duped, and that race is a social construct, meaning it was made up by people who wanted to feel more comfortable with being who wanted to feel comfortable being different than other people who they knew genetically had more advantages than them. So they wanted to be more comfortable with themselves. So that's what that means. He's doing his best to be polite, to exude good energy, frequency, and vibration. Yeah, man, I do my best. I'm not always successful, doing that. But I do my best. You know what I mean? I do my best. And the only reason I'm more so focused on watching my mouth and stuff like that is because we taking this to the next level, bro. we're not just staying on one level where ain't nobody gonna hear us. Where so and you gotta be in that. And the man, get the words out, son. The man who's unable to control his words is unable to control his life. I have to be in control, or at least aware of every facet of my life. If not, I cannot call myself a man. So that's another reason why I'm watching what I say. You know what I mean? Other than the PR shit. You know what I mean? Rest in bliss. Digital ID, chicken pea. Why men so obsessed with being dominant? Men are so obsessed with being dominant because it is in our nature. Because men mostly feed off, again, those lowest chakras that I was just talking about earlier in the live. I might have to do another live about that because I'm on 2%. Well said. You answered perfectly. Right on. I appreciate you being here, dog. Appreciate all of you guys being here. Practice. You can't tell me how to do it unless you can tell each and every step to do it. Discipline. Right on. Can someone answer my question? Why blah blah? Slay King. Duped. Bamboozled. Handwing. Hoodwink. Yeah, we've been ran amok. We've been led into a burning building. Martin Luther King knew this. That's why he it was one of his worst, deepest regrets. Integration was. Anyways, why you got 5 women texting you? I don't at this time. I usually do, but I don't at this time. I'm changing my life. Discipline. I'm changing my life. Discipline, because I want something greater for myself. But anyways, guys, my stuff is about to die. I appreciate y'all being here. This has been a 3-peat today. Man, I appreciate it. I'm just going one day at a time. Just know that you can do this. I'll see y'all in the